This is a public service announcement by the massive fraternity of cyanogen safety.
The MFCS has been studying and researching cyanogen gas for years. Ever since the discovery of the dangers of cyanogen, the MFCS has been working hard to bring all people, young and old, an easy to understand and clear PSA in order to educate the world of the harms and safety precautions in the event of a cyanogen gas outbreak. Cyanogen gas was first synthesized in 1815 by French chemist and physicist Joseph-Louis Gay-Lussac. Originally, cyanogen was created with no initial use. By the 1850s, cyanogen had its first and only direct use. It was an effective cleaner in the form of cyanogen soap. The soap allowed photographers to remove silver stains from their hands after taking photographs. About a century later, in the mid-late 19th century, cyanogen was very crucial and important in America's ever-growing agricultural industry. It is a key intermediate in the production of several types of fertilizers and is still used today. It was important in the stabilization of nitrocellulose, which when combined with a concentration of nitric acid can cause explosions. People of the time, however, did not know of the safety hazards of coming into contact with cyanogen gas. As the years went on, people began to understand the dangers of cyanogen gas, which is the reason why we at the MFCS have decided to create this PSA in order to inform the general public of the potential harm that cyanogen gas can have on the environment.
Originally synthesized by Gay-Lussac, cyanogen wasn't created with any intention or problem in mind. In fact, the history of pure cyanogen gas is insignificant and mostly unwritten. Being a simple decomposition of most cyanides such as mercuric or copper cyanide, cyanogen is relatively dangerous. When in irresponsible hands, cyanogen gas has the potential of causing great harm in the environment. The NFPA 704 diamond gives cyanogen a 4 out of 4 in both flammability and health hazards, and a 2 for stability. With this rating, cyanogen is categorized as a gas that will rapidly or completely vaporize at normal atmospheric pressure and temperature, or is dispersed in the air and will burn readily, leaving a high possibility of a flash fire. This simple ignition with oxygen produces the second hottest natural flame, with a temperature of 4,524 degrees Celsius. Even if the gas does not manage to ignite, short-term exposure to the gas can cause serious respiratory problems such as suffocation as well as a coma, convulsions, and vomiting. Without any first aid, short-term effects soon lead to death.
The world realized this during the First Great War when cyanogen was taken to its full potential in the form of cyanogen chloride, an extremely deadly gas. Alongside its more publicly known counterpart sulfur mustard, commonly known as mustard gas, cyanogen chloride killed millions by the hands of chemical warfare. The gas was commonly placed into smoke grenades and tossed into enemy trenches. Before the soldiers were even able to react, the smallest inhalation of gas would be able to deprive their lungs of oxygen as they slowly fell into asphyxiation, dying of suffocation. However, during the United Nations Conference on Disarmament adopted the Chemical Weapons Convention on September 3, 1992, chemical weapons have been banned and destroyed by countries who signed this treaty. This includes prominent military powers such as Russia, the United States, and Japan, and by September 2013, over 82% of the world chemical weapons stockpile has been destroyed, never to be used for harm again.
Although the world is in massive haste to get rid of all chemical weapons, there is still large stockpiles of gases still need to be destroyed. Even in the United States, with expectations for completions by the year of 2023. By all means, there is still indeed a possibility for these chemicals to fall into the hands of those who wish solely to cause terror, and among these gases, cyanogen could be one of them. Cyanogen is colorless, but can easily be identified for its almond-like smell. If you ever come across a gas leak that smells like almonds, immediately assume it's cyanogen. Begin by immediately evacuating the premises and automatically assume that cyanogen was inhaled by everybody in the room at the time. Inhalation of cyanogen, even in small amounts, can be deadly. If victims are experiencing nausea, dizziness, or drowsiness, they might require hospitalization and oxygen administered by qualified personnel, as well as their skin to be cleaned. Although no information of the effects of cyanogen gas are known, it is still a good safety precaution. When dealing with cyanogen, it is crucial to assume the worst.
If you think you've been exposed to cyanogen,
remember to call this toll-free number and get care today.
because a world without cyanogen is a world worth living in.